And welcome back, everyone, to the Formula F1 League. We're heading off to Spain now after Canada took out Italy. And hopefully, as I said at the start of the stream, hopefully it'll be a bit more, feisty than what we're expecting tonight in the actual F1. Position. Do that. All this going. So F2 and F1. The first few cars are heading straight on out here. Looks like Schumacher will be the first car out here. He's replacing money after he bowed out after Monza. Second to Barcelona, Catalunya, that's right. Anyways, Schumacher heads straight off at the fourth turn. Clips! I think he clips Tico there. And that is the first five-player sprint penalty I think we've seen in a long time here from qualifying. So, horrid way to begin here for Schumacher. That will mean the first car to begin their flyer will be Winslow. World start finish. Try to begin the first flyer of this session. Behind him though will be Darkley and Bassink, and I think Tico as well, who has recovered from his little incident there with Schumacher. As we will actually focus in here on Darkley. See how he goes in the first sector. It will be a 21.6, so not bad, but I believe Bassing is immediately taking it away here as Schumacher has spun it again. Over in the middle third sector. Bassing now, as he might be the speediest man on course. Cato, he didn't have a few behind him, but he invalidates his lap. He goes a bit wide there. Let's see. Very, very tricky complex here, especially with this chicane that does sap out a lot of energy from your lap if you're not careful enough, but it should be enough of a visual here for Panda. As yep, there we go, very speedy time, a full second in the front of the rest of the pack here as they didn't go second on the mediums, and Kata hasn't validated his lap time, so he won't post anything there. Two cars across will be a Sync Special, or Sphinx Senpai, sorry. As he comes across the line to post a second place there at 7.6. He's subbing in for Get as well, that's Fair spin out there from Winslow. Very lucky to hit the Rolex ball with the back as he spun it again, as he can just hit the bottom corner. But he hasn't made contact with him, so that's the important thing. And makes his way for another fast lap. He's just slightly slower than what he was last time around, and the second yellow flag's pretty much everywhere now, and it's really fairly hectic to see what's happening here. Kata is heading into the pit. Baz, well, nothing but tilt, sorry. Looking to finish up his first flyer. Might just get caught up a little bit here behind the Haas. He dives into the pits, nothing but tilt. A little bit janky on that final corner, but he will post the time in that time. He's good enough for 6 seconds, so we'll be happy with that. As he begins his way around the first sector. Turn 3 now. Trying to just let the car roll out. He can't go too wide, but he keeps it in within the green, and he gets a purple sector for his reward. As he didn't keep it up, however, as he does have a little bit of a lock up there to that hairpin, but he's able to keep it nice and calm as he makes his way up towards number 8 and 9 into 10 now at DRS. The sweeper to end his lap. He's out of he's out of ERS. He opens up DRS, and he's good enough for second place yet again. 17.46. Looks like Dover might be is currently on his fast lap here, along from the Haasers, I think. Or no, sorry, he was actually on an out lap here, so we can try and stay out of Dover's way as Baz begins his flyer as well. As all looks like, I think that's she must have there having fairly poor time. Fast lap here, his teammate in Baz currently just past the 5th and 6th corner now. We're going to hit the DRS back straight as Stover crosses the line. 9th place from there, plenty of room to improve, however, and we go to Baz now, who is beginning his run for sector 3 at 50.349, so very similar to Vince here. Well, you might have to go on the yellow flag here as one of the currents goes off. In front of him, not really much of an issue there. Maybe it's a bit of oversteer there for Baz as he makes his way around the chicane. Oh, fairly big tank slapper there. It's going to cost him a fair few tenths as he crosses the line. Still good enough for third though, but he didn't have that slapper. as they did as well, also getting a fast lap, well, on his fast lap here as well. So plenty of opportunities as we get another yellow flag. I'm not sure why, but yellows nonetheless, as we do see Kata going purple in that second sector. I think the same might have just stolen thunder as well, so he did might be on for a blinder here as Kata enters the final complex here. 90-degree right into the chicane once again. Keeps it in line. Oh, that could have been disastrous. We get the grass as now comes towards the start finish line. It will be a massive improvement, but still only good enough for him as Dingo starts to avoid and head into the pits here. I think there's a car on a fast lap right now. Maybe Panda, but he's validated his lap there, so he won't find any sort of improvement here. Yeah, look like most of the cars that are at the moment are just finishing off their laps here in Alpha, making it across the line. I believe that is Focus, who will be looking to go for a fast lap here. The car behind him as well, that being Finn, so we might actually replace here as Finn. Has to go wide there to keep control of his car. Brakes now in to left, right. Keeps it on the tarmac, so he crosses DRS section point into DRS zone here. I don't think we'll be improving, unfortunately, his time, however. Yeah, pretty much half a second off here. Probably better to go into the pits, get a new set of rubber, and go get it in the final few moments. As Panda has just gone fastest once again here. 16.9, so he's sub 117 now, which is pretty huge for him. As, yep, Finn heads into the pit lane now, so probably take the suffer there as Panda is out of the session. He's crashed. Panda has crashed here. It might not make a difference as can't see him. There he is. He looks like he's just binned it and destroyed his front wheels there, so fortunate for Panda. Or actually, no, he's just retired, I think. So, oh, he's back into the pits. So, okay, fortunate stuff for him there. But that first time might just be enough for him to qualify into pole position. Whoops, sorry, forgot. Forgot that my tab out. You know, I'm in more listening, so I've got the menu. A little bump it. Seeing if the cars on the fly right now. I think Jackson, last car to post the time, has begun a flying lap here. Bassing as well is on a fast lap, so we might keep an eye on him. Actually, we will jump over to him now since we do have the chance. Only 40 seconds, so he might look to improve on his time there. Was a bit of scope to be a bit faster. He also gets that slipstream as well from that half, so it puts him not that far off the purple sector there, 50.29. Very good stuff there from Mr. Bassing. As he makes his way around sector 3 now, just trying to avoid gliding into the Haas as Winslow's been at the same corner his teammate has, and he'll be out as well. His best will be a 119.4 as Bassing gets towards the line here. Will there be any improvement? There is, but it's not enough to jump over that. By a few hundreds, however, as I believe that is Catalog now beginning a flyer for himself. And Jackson, there we go. We've jumped off him and probably wasn't the right thing to do. He's posted the fastest lap at the moment, 116.3, and he is pretty much trimming the wheels off that tyre there, or that car there. So congratulations to the Renault for grabbing through the pole, but still a few minutes remaining here. And then we cars looking to try and claim his title as see where Finn is. Well, he's just getting positions there. Cars he thinks he's on faster laps. Almost on a fast lap here as well, so we'll focus on both of these cars as they make their way through the back straight to begin their fast lap very, very shortly. So again. Yeah, let's see how these cars go here in the final few minutes of qualifying. 2 minutes and 20 remaining here. Enough time for all the cars they want to go out and get one qualifier done here as Finn begins his fast lap once again. As Formal he's got himself enough of a gap there to get ready for his race. I think while we wait, Senpai is currently on his fast lap here. He actually went fast in sector 1. Let's see how he goes in sector 2. Very good time there, improves. It's not enough for purple, but he does improve nonetheless. Let's just stay on him for the minute here before we jump back aboard with Finn. As things now also just try and get to this whole sector as quickly as he can, but he might have some traffic with that Merc in front of him. Merc slow him up a touch here. Merc heads into the pits, but that could cost him Senpai a fair bit of time here as he lost the line. Is it a sub 16? No. But it's still good enough for third there, 17.1. He'll be very happy with that as we jump back aboard with Finn. Well, 15.4, he can improve it a little bit if he just aces his final sector, but Darkly might just be looking good at fourth spot at the moment, maybe even better between 5th and 2nd. There isn't much of a gap here, to be honest with you. So, Finn going around the final few corners here, looking to try and improve on the 17.4. Will he be able to? Might look like it here, and it's enough to get a better time, but not a better position. Darkly, at the moment, has 4th at the back. Baz does not come out for yet another lap. So, top 5. We know who's going to be in the top 5 now, but we don't know in what order. As Darkly comes across the line, he is pretty much into that lap there. Won't be improving. That might still be enough for quality as the final few moments of this qualifying here. Formal out to improve from 15th spot. Let's see if he can do it. Let's just wait around the first few corners here. And it looks like the last car to finish the fly will more than likely be as a Bazza. So go towards the end here, but for now, let's actually look at Haydinho for the quickest of seconds here. He's at 51.6 though, so I don't think he's going to improve as he crosses the line. It will not be no improvement there, so he'll be starting on those mediums. It does give him a tactical advantage over the other drivers, but we'll see if that actually doesn't work out for him. Now, back to Formal here, as he'll be the next car to finish off a flyer as cars go off left, right, and centre around him here. He's looking alright here. He will more than likely improve, but maybe only just to sink into the top 10 here. It's actually a fairly compact field, all things considered, between about, well, 11 up to about 3rd or within 2nd of each other here. So that's obviously very good to see as Max looks to try and improve, but he might just be a bit too slow there. And yeah, that's going to confirm a pretty bad qualifying for Max there. 15th spot for him. He'll be kicking himself from what the opportunity could have been as Focus just dives into the pit lane. And as a Basil, the last car to finish off a flyer here. Let's see what he can do. Doesn't look like he's had many issues here. Might be able to beat out Max, but nope, he can only improve to be right behind him in 16th. So that's qualifying done and dusted. Actually, no, that's a Haas finishing off a flyer. Actually, no, that's just Haydinho's AI just going around the line. So anyways, as I was saying, that'll be qualifying done and dusted there. Jackson to take pole, Panda even after crashing out gets 2nd, Senpai into 3rd, Darkly 4th, Finn 5th, Baz 6th, Bassing 7th, Panda 8th. The Haas's complete out in 9th and 10th. Tico 11th till 12th, Dover 13th, and then Midnight Formal qualifying for him. As of Bazo, Winslow crashing out as well. Focus, Ringnor, and Shoemaster with a 10th place group penalty will not have a position change as he is finishing in last. Yeah, a lot of improvements we had by most of the field has to be said there in the race. I'm looking for Max as well to possibly fight for a driver of the day, to be completely frank with you. Right, yeah, the big one for me though, Dinho qualifying on the mediums. He will have to use that tyre as he is within the top 10, but it will make things very, very interesting indeed for this race. And hopefully we will have a formation lap as well, unlike last race, which I'm pretty sure pretty much got everyone off guard. So as the session time like ticks to 0, we'll be heading to the grid now. Cars will be given about a minute or so to select their options for the setup and tyres. Tell you what though, even as in real life here, Spain is a very high deck track here for the tyres. So two-stopper in a 60% race might actually make sense if you can get the gaps early on. So wouldn't be surprised if we do see cars decide to roll the dice, maybe go onto a soft medium or even a soft medium hard. If they're not as common here as Dinho's just auto readied up, and well, that's probably going to put a few cars in the lurch here. So they have to be quick about their strategies here, as we're only 15 seconds away from kicking things off here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. And to get our second race off of the night underway. Looks like there will be a formation this time around, and yep, two-stopper predicted for the field now. Soft, medium for the F1 insights, but I do think if you have the tyre, soft, hard might be a better strategy. Do 2 calls of the race on those softs and then jump to the hard tyres to finish at the half might be an alright idea. Just to try and get the pace up. Tell you what though, Dinho might even have the option of that one stopper, to be honest with you. Man on the medium tyres. As there's a bit of drama at the back of the pack with the formation lap. Oh! That Mercedes was absolutely bitten on the formation lap, and that is not good. I believe that was Andy Roulet having the mare. Yep, he's going straight to the back of the grid. He will regain his position, and well, he's back to the grid anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Remember, you don't actually get disqualified from the session. You just get taken out of the formation lap. You still get your spot on the grid. Although saying that, really should be a pit lane start, but anyways, F1 2020 doesn't give us that option there, so the car's about to get through that final chicane. The AI will take control, guide everyone to their respective grid slots. We'll get 5 red lights, and we'll start yelling about the actual race. We'll just get this all done as quickly as we can. Cars will now start to file on in. Pull the charge down to that 90-degree right-hander. We switch back to the lefty and long right for the first 3 corners for us as the grid is set. The cars are ready to go. The lights are about to be turned on. And here we go. 5 red lights coming up here at Barcelona. They are off and we are underway. Hard to tell from this camera angle, but it looks like Jackson has had a very poor start here. Panda, oh, he's footed him straight onto the grass. That is horrible stuff for Jackson there, as the Ferrari and the Mercedes forced to take averted action here. The Ferrari trying a huge dive as Jackson has been absolutely taken out of the start, and he's all the way down into 10th place darkly. The man who more than likely, we're getting a few words from the stewards, now takes the lead, and oh, there's a massive crash there as Winslow has taken out Midnight. He has been spun, and the Ferrari, and Jackson and Till have been sent all the way to the back of the grid, and there's more contact there as Schumacher, after a decent start, he placed into 18th place. Mixing fortunes here as Jackson is crushed straight into Schumacher. And that is his race done, and that is going to be a VSC. I'm surprised that's not the full safety car considering where Jackson is, but the race has been neutralised. And, by gee, that is a chaotic start to the Grand Prix. One of the most chaotic we've seen in a while. That hasn't resulted in a full-blown safety car. Bassick right up behind Baz here, looks to try and get a position on the VSC. Both our Haas looks like a game spot there as Formal, massive start from there from 15 all the way up to 9. He's really out there up the green there, and nothing but Till pops the drive-through penalty. Ball speeding up the VSC here as Bassick to try and overtake Baz. Baz will pick this line, and Tico's gone! Tico's gone at the home straight, and he's taken out as a passer as well. Drama here at Catalunya as we begin this race, and that could just be a safety car as nothing but Till gets out the hellhole that was those cars. No safety car, surprisingly. Yeah, safety car refusing to come out here at Barcelona. Probably said he's done enough work after what we saw at Monza. Now, the tail's just a little bit screwy at the moment, but the race leader is Darkly, followed by Singh Senpai, Finn in third and Bazza in fourth, Bassick in fifth, and two Haas's in seventh and eighth, as Panda is actually in sixth. My apologies there, as Tico has just left the session. Can't blame man, as Baz has actually gotten a jump at the ball through all that calamity here. So, seeing a fair few overtakes here, as it might just be a little fight brewing here between the Alpha Tower and Panda and the two Haas's. Maybe even Bassick as well, as Joseph High fastest lap on Baz on the outside. Joseph fast laps, here we go. Panda looking slammed up Bassick here. Has the overtake button set wide open. Does Bassick have it as well? Yes, he does. A great hit here for Bassick. Having a slightly better line there. Has a racing line to work with, and he just squeezes Panda out the corner. So now at the very least, it's still going to be Bassick the lead, although Panda tries something inside, doesn't work out, so he has to just fall back into position now. As there we go. Once again, Panda taking every single chance he can. He actually has the racing line now. And Bassick, well, he's fighting off well there to try and get Panda out of the ideal line here. But Panda being so feisty, just making sure that his point is proven. He finally gets the overtake done there over Bassick. He doesn't do damage, so might just look to try and back up the field here for his teammate. Before he dives into the pit, the Haas is just stuck in no man's land, and that's a dive bomb there for Catter, which might have just worked from there. Gains the position, and well, I think he might have just hit his teammate. No, that was just hitting Kurt there, but I got completely scared for the Red Bulls at the moment. Might have been Azerbaijan who hit between Verstappen and Ricardo on the side of Bassick and Cornwall. Bassick, just chopping out his teammate, who eventually hit the pit after telling the ball to piss off. But yeah, that is not going to be well received there by Cornwall, who now has to deal with CJ Winslow right up his placard. Also has allowed Panda and two Husks to gallop away here. That's a slide and a half there from Max. I think Winslow might have got up his back end as Dover now to try and overtake the man on the mediums. He does so. Winslow actually loses two spots, and Midnight as well. Back up the field here. Baz has quickly caught up to Flying Finn on lap number 4. Looking to try and they go on to the back straight here. Baz will have the DRS. Finn will not. Will this be an opening here for Baz to dive? No, he won't. Just keeps his position there for the moment. We're looking to try and get him done. Does with on the main straight. Start with Senpai up in front, however. Fair bit of time now to the two leaders. We're trying to fend off Baz. run there through that final sector. As they head onto the main straight here, right there now. But he's not opening it up here. I think there might be a back line. There we go. It might just be a bit sticky from there. Baz is a fair bit of time and not opening up the DRS. And Finn might be counting his lucky stars on that one as going to the pits will be Winslow. There's a few more spots there as Bassing all the way down to 15th here. On the means right now, we're going to try and recover as best he can. IG, he will have to go to hards very early, so he will just try and recover as he can. Maybe hope for a safety car. So I said, surprisingly, we haven't had one yet, given their cars have been knocked out. Those cars being Jackson, Tico, Azul. Darkly just holding up Stump at the moment. Finn doing the same to Baz. No one really in position to overtake here. Dover might have an opportunity to formal, however, as he's on the softs, performs on the mediums, but those softs do start to fall away here in a few laps' time. So those tyres obviously can do it yet, not as severe as in real life, but they will be affected a little bit more by being stuck behind the red board. So his tyres will probably start to fall off about lap 6 or 7. Laps will probably go about 2 or 3 more laps before his tyres start to fade. He'll be hoping to try and extend it out for about 12 laps each, so he'll need to softs at the end, but now Dover will get the slam dunker. Easily gets past the man on the mediums as he now looks to try and build as much of a gap as he can on the soft tyre. What's happened to Senpai actually? Oh, Senpai's gone into the pits. Okay, he's gone for a very early pit stop there. Wondering where he was, as Darkley's actually fallen away a little bit here from his gap. Finn has closed it up to within the RS range now. He can just keep it together here, but Baz continues to pressurize him here. He just can't get the overtake Baz, so he should be like Finn. Just catch up to Darkley so they can both move up together to the current leader. Finn just trying to keep things under control as they go through this third sector here. Baz right on his backside, but he's seen position to take. I think we have a sector 2 yellow flag here. I believe that one is for, I wouldn't say nothing but Tilda as both leaders head into the pits early here. Baz will go out for one more lap as he takes lap lead, and Panda actually posted the fastest lap as well, so he's catching up after a pretty start here. The Senpai knows the free single penalty for track violation breaches. He's racing to try and catch up to Midnight, who is on those 6 lap old softs now, so probably looking just to try and catch up to him as quickly as he can on the fresh rubber mediums. As he's actually catching up to him very quickly here. Might look for an overtake very, very shortly as Midnight struggles with these older softs. Senpai, oh, Midnight does well to catch that there. Nearly sent himself into the wall. But now you have to immediately deal with Darky here, who does have his number on tyres at the very least. He's looking to try and get him as soon as he can. Probably should wait till the DRS, however. DRS detection point, there we go. He's right behind him here. He'll try and just get the dog jump as soon as he can, right up his chuff. He goes to the racing line. Midnight tries to pinch him out, but he actually keeps the racing line there. No, he doesn't. Darkly having to go a bit wide there. They're still side by side, but eventually Darkly gets the position over Midnight and flying Finn. Oh! That is unfortunate for Darkly. He hits the curb and he gets given this Mazepin treatment there, spinning into the wall. Still have enough to keep on going here as more pit stops coming through. Looks like Baz has gone for his pit stop as Senpai posts the fastest lap. He actually gets out in front of, just trying to tell, he gets out in front of Panda, so that's good for him, but Hidinho is the next car to probably look to come in for the lead soon, but won't be for a while though. He is on those 7 lap hold mediums, so he probably has another 5 laps of wear on here, but most importantly with Baz, he has gotten out in front of Mike Finn. Senpai though, still having a nice gap there between Baz and himself, about 3.6 seconds. The technical leader on the road, or technical leader on the sheets, hardsport pit stops have been counted for. All the F3 cars in front. They won't have a lead on the road for a little while here, as they didn't get perform along the meeting. Will probably just stay out as long as they possibly can. Just like a mini-map here, most of the cars are very spread out now here, so Westside has a severe bending into the wall. I think we'll have a lot of drama in 2 minutes, a lot of pit stops. The race just reaches a bit of an equilibrium here at lap number 9. He did now holds the lead. Dover heads into the pits to get rid of his softs. Mostly where he will end up. I'll probably say between Kata and Bassing, although Bassing didn't really start to charge down the track here. It'll be an interesting fight to see what happens there, but I think Bassing just has enough pace there. It's going to be very hairy heading into the first corner, but Dover just having track position there to keep it through, but Bassing now on the warmer tyres, looking to try and do him on the inside here. Dover pitches him out nicely there, good driving from the Ferrari, but eventually Bassing will just flip over to the offside at all. He's absolutely demolished Dover there. Bassing didn't realise Dover was racing him still, and he just goes straight to the corner, and Bassing is out of the race. Bassing has lost it in to that wall. And that's his engine cut out, and that is going to be another VSC here. Mylander refusing to come out in the Mercedes AMG. And once again, that's the second VSC of this race. But Bassing will get punished there for being a bit too aggressive with Dover. But he probably got punished a bit too much in my opinion there. He sends himself into the wall. Reynolds gets 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flags. Only up to wave, but that 5-second penalty will actually not make much of a difference here with Dover having a massive gap now to a ninth spot. As we're back on the racing, and Ragnar, well, his race has just got a little bit more worse there as he's going to be forced to drive through the pit lanes. And that gives Dover a bit of a chance here to really drive those mediums off for a lap or two, just to catch up to Ragnar here. 3-second penalty. Well, still technically 2 seconds ahead with Ragnar on the 5-second stop. But, yeah, as soon as Ragnar comes into the pits, Dover might be able to just gain an extra position here. A bit of a train between 4th, 5th and 6th here. Panda has caught to the backside of Finn, and Finn just sticking on with Bazzy for the moment, but Panda does look a bit speedier than Finn as DRS gets open on both, but it might just be a DRS train opening up here as Dover, well, he spins it where Bassett did as well, not into the wall like he did last time around, but doesn't let the pass through. That being Winslow and Focus. We'll get in front of Tilt, however, but yeah, that third corner catching out, or sorry, fourth corner catching out a lot of good drivers today, and forcing a fair few retirements as well. Third will lay Prix. Well, Baz has started to pull out a gap here between himself and Panda, who has overtaken Finn on that front straight. As we do see Ragnar now coming through to the pits service drive-through. But Midnight's moving into the pits as well, so he won't lose the position just yet here. But Winslow probably within a position here to overtake him with that 5-second penalty down. And he will have to serve at the next pit stop as Winslow can pass. So does Focus on Dover to it as well. He'll get the position as Panda can have much 3-second penalty here, so he probably wants to try and get us away from the flying pit as fast as he can, but unfortunately no one behind him to really pressurise Finn into a mistake as Kata's the closest car and he's second behind. So the car's really being spaced out at the moment here. Really mistakes being the main issue. It's Focus just gets absolutely dumped by Dover there. At the fourth corner, Focus actually really having a tough time. Just don't go onto the gravel there and let him until pass as well. His teammate teammate of Darkly, the next few cars behind him. Versus the fastest lap on the race in the medium, so he has a big gap now between himself and Finn, so he can now start to focus in and challenge that will be catching up to Baz. Baz is catching up to Max, however, he is on those 11 old mediums. Might just prove to be the roadblock that the AlphaTauri needs to catch up to Baz here, as the gap already shrinking up as Baz going to try and get his overtake done as quickly as he can, but Formal, some good defensive driving here to help out the sister team. Baz must be really frustrated at the moment as Formal continues to block off his car with these worn old mediums. And now we're looking at trying to dispose of him and bring the next few laps on to else that he's finishing the race on to softs. As, yep, that will be pinned now right up Baz's clacker here as Formal is unable to get the overtake done. And having a little bit of a he's taken to Baz. As Baz just continues to get held up here by Formal. Where has Panda gone? God, he has gone very wide, but he's kept it together there. Staying within the track limits as Max goes for yet another lap, although I fear he will be a sitting duck for Baz here. Although Baz, it's one of the best of exits here. This might just open it up for Panda. Right up his behind here, be looking to try and box in Baz. As Kata gets a 3-second penalty here, Baz goes in the overtake on Max, and Kata is out of the race. He has pinned it on the front straight, and surely that's enough for the safety car. He's in the middle, and oh, Panda! He's lost it in to where he spun it in qualifying, and finally, after 13 laps and 2 VSCs, the safety car is called out. Burt Moreland has been forced back into the seat, and we can get the field back nice and clumped up. But Panda and Catalog 6 and 7 respectively, both bidding it within a few seconds of each other. That is just huge errors. Hey, Dinho, who's had a pretty healthy gap, will get the benefit of a good pit stop as well. So will Formal. As they effectively get 3 pit stops here, Formal will, well, he will only lose a spot to Flying Finn, really. But yeah, this opens up strategy here for Dinho and Formal, who will now probably pit here. Dinho will lose, well, probably all the way, maybe down to 4th, but he will be on a heck of a fresher tyres than his other opponents. As Focus has pinned it during the race as well. Where has he lost it? He's lost it going out of turn 3. He's lost it in the same corner, so the 4th corner really not liking these drivers. We'll get up to Andy Roo here to see what's happened with him there, as Sing Senpai also taking the pit as well. Baz is the only one not to, so oh yeah, that's unfortunate stuff from there, as Baz now takes the lead. He didn't go pits along with Sing Senpai. Finn as well down to hard, but Form actually gets a jump on him, so he keeps his position there. But unless that's Darkly, oh, Darkly! Oh, he's had a massive moment there. Surprised he hasn't popped too much damage, to be completely honest with you there. As now Form has to deal with Shoemaster in front of him, but Darkly, one of those fresh mediums, oh, very lucky to not be out of this race. Spain catching out a lot of drivers, so it seems, as Baz now catch up to the safety car, but oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, this is something else. As we'll have a quick look at chat, nothing's happened, sweet. While we've got the chance, we might just put a pre-roll on, just because you know, we don't want to deal with ads. So quick pre-roll, and we'll be back soon in a minute. increasing the penalty for corner. But apart from that, pretty safe safety car for now, as Wesleyfield just tries to get back into position here. It tells you how throughout the field is that we still have the best cars still caught up with Baz and everyone else here. So I dare say we won't have the same car for a little longer as we were expecting. As after all the pit stops, well, most of the cars have gone on to hards. Ragnall has, and Dumas are trademark over to softs. So Baz just has to avoiding out there to miss the safety car. Well, he's on 6 lap of the units here, so he's probably going to go for hards at the end of the race, which isn't actually a bad idea, because this means will probably still be more effective than the hards for the next few laps. So pass on team jumps off the mediums. Will be on better tyres than his opponents. So it'll just be a strategy that pays off massively for Baz, as he'll probably look to try and pit on after 12 laps of me, and so about lap 21, he actually might even look to try and push through to me to the other race here. So he'll be on much better tyres than the rest of the pack. Probably the rest of the race path, maybe 2 or 3 laps when those mediums start to fade, but safety car will allow the field to coalesce one more time, as though they haven't caught up, and safety car stays out for a minute. So we'll get to about lap 17 here. We'll be back on the green flag conditions, as Darkley has just absolutely sent it into nothing but tilt there in the background. Passing it to him, and I think right here. We'll probably need to pit stop for him. As the cars still slowly but surely snaking around the circuit to Buffalo and Catalunya. And wait for green flag conditions to once again reign supreme. Yeah, a bit of a holding pattern now as we get to the halfway point of this racing. Once they cross the finish line once again. Yeah, apart from that, a little contact with on dark here until fairly decent safety car period for most of the drivers here. As they start to warm up tyres as much as they can. The safety car will be in this lap, so Baz will just start to slow up the field here. Will the safety car get away here through sector 3? Yep, there we go. He just dives to the side now. And safety car gets a nice little gap here. Baz now has control of the field here. The safety car shouldn't be an issue when we get back on the green. But Dingo might be looking to try and take out Baz as soon as he can. Does have Leo fresher hards, but his medium should still be better for the next few laps, as Baz just packs him up here, sets them on their way at the apex of the corner. Dingo still looking to try more of his tyres. He is catching up a little bit, but starting to slow down now as he just reverted back to racing. Senpai will stay in third as, oh, that's a bit of damage there. As Former, oh, completely spins out Finn, but Finn, mega job to save it there. As I think that's a bit of front wing damage as well from that McLaren. I think that's just roll cup damage. So both of those cars are going to be very, very slow here. As Darkley now into the pits. Up to Finn here. Midnight using his wings, so he might actually be a good spot to overtake. And will fit him in the dirt. He's a little bit compromised, as Winslow is actually going to just send one down the inside. And he's up. Oh, I think there's contact there as well from Winslow. Got the clean overtake as well. As he's not being forced to give that position back. Well, Ben is now, well, he is very far behind indeed, as Winslow now to fifth place begins to scamper away. Midnight with a heck of a lot of damage. We'll have to pit. Allows Ragnall to probably go up to sixth place. And oh my God, that was scary, but then goes just at the perfect moment, and oh well, that could have been the end of the race of Midnight, and that could have possibly brought out the safety car again, but luckily for Ewan, he stays alive, and whew, real heart and mouth stuff that. Anyways, the field begins to spread out once again here. Senpai staying right on the rear of Dinyo, however. Four. Get a simple count limit race. Don't really want that, to be honest, as we go back to the race. Senpai just staying within DRS range of Dinyo, but DRS doesn't open until the next lap, so he has to wait to use it. And Senpai now gets free penalties for running his lines. Well, I'm looking to get to a nice little spot here as Baz really starts to build up a gap here. 2 seconds now, but he needs to try and get to a bit of a spacious gap where he can really use the energy. So he can probably go, I'd probably say another 3 laps. Try to build up a gap somewhere, as I believe that's Winslow having a bit of a moment there with Ragnall, and now that with tilt, can't really have a crack it in there cleanly there with no DRS, so Winslow will be getting the slide back, possibly, as well, Dinyo really trying to run out of DRS now. I'll just open it up for Senpai, who has a stack of it remaining. They're just trying his best to gallop away from his opponent, but Senpai refusing to fall, as always taking a fair bit of the curve there. And he's done it again. This time will actually cost him pace though, as Dinyo builds up a gap once again. Will be somewhat nullified by the DRS, but Senpai might be driving a bit too hard there for his car, as he's taking a lot of liberties at the corners. Really should just be focusing on forcing Dinyo to make a mistake, as Baz is able to increase the gap by about another 800, maybe 700 of a second there, as he crosses the line to begin lap 20 and 13 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. Finn now might be looking to try and overtake Midnight here. This goes to the overtake, and it should be a slam dunk for him there. Yep, the one that he lost during pit stops. Heading against Darkley, who could try and get in a position. We're not going very, very wide. I might just open it up for Darkley here. Who's on the inside, on the hards, and oh, he has a bit of a moment there, but he's able to keep it together. He's still in the fight as well, and he bumps into Midnight, and he's actually caused damage there for Ewan. So once again, Darkley might be the rough at his stewards once again for the inside in his overtakes. Probably ruin Midnight's chances of maybe even cracking the top 10, as get back to the race here, as it looks like, I believe that will be Andy Rood having a moment there once again, but so does I believe that is Darkley just getting out of dodge. Oh right, sorry, that's Shoemaster, who is very, very far behind pace at the moment. As Baz gets to the point where those moves start to build off here, so gets to get another free second penalty here. And while the race is being neutralised a little bit here, so yeah, there's currently a train being formed from about 5th to 8th here. It's Ragnall. We'll probably start to lose those softs a little bit here. Might just open it up for Dover to grab a position off him on those better hards at the moment. He was closing the gap up, but not enough for an overtake just yet. But we will go over to the other Ferrari and see how he is going. and it is giving him a little bit of a speed advantage there. Only 3 tenths now, so he has an absolutely atrocious time around the next few corners. Should get DRS. Oh, there we go. Ragnall has to take morning action there to save his car after going to the grass, and that will just hold out Dover through here. So pretty easy overtake there for Dover in the grand scheme of things. That's now begins to chase up, nothing but tilt. 2-second gap to him there, but his pace normally compared to tilt should be able to do the overtake. As still getting very close there to Winslow. Might be able to get the overtake. No, Winslow has the inside line, just squeezes out tilt there. Nothing wrong with that. What we've seen at the very least. So, but it doesn't mean we'll eventually to wear out until we'll have the advantage here as Baz really driving quite well on these now very mediums. Probably trying to get to 15 laps on him here before he drags him off the softs and, well, just begins a series of qualifying laps to try and gain as many positions as he can. He might be looking to try and slide in behind Formal, as there's a pretty decent gap between him and Winslow, about 20 seconds, so that probably does increase to about 21, maybe 22 now once you add all the milliseconds up, so probably another few laps there for Baz, just keep that route increasing, and he should get that position, or he should get into a position where he can only lose a few spots in soft, and well, make his life fairly easy in the final stages of this race. However, he still holds Kilan over 6 Senpai, who has eventually overtaken Haytinho, but I presume he's taken a fair few liberties to do so because he probably has about 6 or 9 seconds worth of penalty flags now, so he just needs to keep in touch, and he should be able to rely on to second place, although winning moves like that will definitely not help his cause at all, as Winslows actually closing the gap a little bit here to set. This means we'll eventually start to wear for him there, and he'll start to fall off the field, so there is a chance he could finish the race off on these set of tyres, but it will be a very hard slog, especially when Tilt and Dover will have better tyres at the end of the race. So by though, beginning to close the gap now onto Baz here. Brings it within 4 seconds now. So Baz might have to start considering losing more time to the cars in front. Although he can go on to another set of mediums, well, he has saved another set of medium tyres, so there's a possibility that he can just go on the mediums. That should be the safest way to get that good speed throughout the remaining also laps on this Grand Prix. As he crosses the line once again. We might just extend out for one more lap just so he can try and get our stops and really open the engines up at the end as he will catch up to the Mercedes very soon. We'll get shown the flag to that Mercedes, so we'll have to get up his position as Dover. Sorry, I'm extreme Dover the whole time. My apologies. Dover's now well up to another bit too here. In the DRS range. Well, if he can keep the gap from losing now through this final few corners, he should be in range. Yeah, he's definitely in range now of the DRS. It should just be a slam dunk. Actually, I'm surprised he's wide. Dover had another inside line, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to be a slam dunk from there. He's up to 6, he's now going to try and catch up to Winslow. Those tyres will begin to degrade here for him here as Senpai is keeping the gap at around 4 seconds at the moment here. We'll have to do with lap traffic as well in a minute when he has to get past Midnight, who has gone on to softs to try and finish off the race. And apart from that, the field, the 13 remaining cars are fairly spread out here as we must. We'll have to give his position. I believe that's still there. No slaughter. That's actually Darkly just fending off Eddie there. But yeah, too much in the grand scheme of things here as he begins to build up gap, tries to catch up to Regnall, but the field very spread out now. Only a safety car really would see some sort of action here. I don't think we'll see it as Baz enters the probable window here for soft tyres now. Senpai really starting to catch up here, but he does have the Alpha Romeo behind him. It's a bit of a roadblock if Senpai does catch up to him on the corner. So Dover gets position over Winslow, but that's only because Winslow comes with the pits for the final time. We'll be heading on to softs, and Baz will likely realise what's happening soon enough of it. So yeah, he will head into the pits soon. Baz, he will give up his first place to Senpai, but he has, well, he has probably enough of a gap now to easily pit without dropping behind 5th place. So he'll be looking to try and snag a podium here, Baz, but the race winner, unless we get a second car now, slowly out the ballpark. Corner now, who is run through second three again. Oh, so left, right for him there as he enters the pits, and there we go, he'll be going on to softs. As might just get left in the DRS here thanks to the Alpha. The Alpha will tail away and we'll let the Renault through. Go straight into the slipstream, however, to try and just keep pace with Baz. We'll see Foreman go half, and it's going to have a gap, so he won't have to worry about his teammate in Dover. Now Baz looking to just try and gain as many seconds as he can, as he's actually going on to mediums here. Surprising he hasn't gone on to softs, but I suppose that means he won't have to clip around lap 6 or 7 on those tyres, so this should definitely see him go for it at the end, especially if he rides the wheels off the car here, but just have to wonder, maybe softs might have been the preferred strategy for him there. Tell you what though, we will go to formal, and well, he's had a quiet race, but that's probably all that he's happy, well, he's more than happy to have, as he's jumped from 15th all the way up to 3rd. At the moment, we'll probably have to defend from Baz in the dying few laps, but even if he finishes the race in 4th, that is still an amazing drive from the creator of this tournament, and he'll be more than happy to pick up 11 spots, especially after passing spinning himself out around corner 4, many laps to go now, to finish up in 17th. Senpai getting a fastest lap there. On his Renault, we'll have a look at the, I'm going there. We will look at how the penalties are at the moment. Well, it's a 19-20 there, so Dinho still technically the race leader at the moment after those penalties are taken into account. And, well, he should know that here. He just needs to try and minimise the losses here, and Senpai will lose the race off those penalties. So we know how the tyres will be for the next little bit. Take a good look at them now. One on hards except for Baz on mediums, Winslow on softs. As, oh, there's a moment there for Midnight, but he keeps it together. He won't bend it into the wall, and he'll be going on his merry way. As I said, we'll focus on penalties right. Oh, we don't really need to focus on penalties right now. We know the times. Yeah, the magic one for Haydini at the moment is 9 seconds. So we can keep that gap. He still is in for a huge chance of winning this race. The way that Senpai is driving at the moment, he's driving very, very well. As he looks to try and negate that gap. But look at Baz at the moment. He's really flying as well. That gap of the lap or 2 has closed up by about 3 seconds here. So once he captures up to 4, it might just be a bit of a slam to the taker from there. He might even look to try and challenge Dinho as Gex has joined us to watch the final few laps of this Grand Prix. I wonder if he's joined the Discord. No, he hasn't, luckily. Well, actually, yeah, he might be coming in to join us for the final few laps of the race here. As sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I should have got the Discord on the phone, but yeah, I don't really miss too much. Baz has posted the fastest lap. We'll be catching up to formal very, very shortly. As we just wait for the final few laps to tick on down here. Senpai still having a technical 2-second gap here. Over Haydini as we will bring in Gex at the moment now, so yep, there we go. Gex should now be in the box with me, and Come on, Gats.
I sure am. Let me just mute myself on the screen. There we go.
Fair enough. Let me boost you up as well on stream. So let me do that very quickly. There we go. You should be good.
Cool, cool. Well, it seemed like the start of this one was pure chaos, so I'm glad I'm catching the cleaner end of it.
Yeah, fairly cleaner end as everyone gets spaced out after. Well, was it? Moving on, safety car here is Baz to try and overtake Formal. It should just be an easy one here on those very fresh mediums. Yep, thank you very much for Baz as he looks to now try and catch up to Didier, but Baz! Oh, he's had a massive spin there! And oh, he nearly had it done. He nearly had fourth in the bag. But no, he spins it out and Panda. Wait, Panda's out. Yeah, Panda's out here. And, well, Finn has also binned it into eighth. What's happened in this race?
Baz has a puncture as well, so he's going to keep losing positions here. He's pulling way back.
And after a good race as well, Baz has had an absolute...
Yeah.
Man, he's got the 10-second time penalty as well for seeing track limits.
I mean, at least he does have fastest lap of the race, but that's huge.
Brutal.
That's absolutely massive.
Yeah, and that probably secures the top three there for Senpai Dinyo forward. So, yeah, horrid stuff there for Baz. Nearly had it done, but he just lost control. Heading out the second corner, hits the wall. Unlike Focus and Panda, he doesn't get a DQ, so he will get a chance to score a few more points. But horrid way to end the race.
This is good for Renault considering Jackson got taken out early in that race. I believe it was by his own brother too, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, I think you should look at the highlights of that. That was an interesting start. Interesting start. As well, we do see Midnight coming into pit. I was surprised he went for softs that early, so he'll be going on to another set of softs to finish off his race as Ragnar overtakes Baz and is on the back straight here. So yeah, many more positions for Baz to lose here. Senpai pretty much an unbeatable gap at the moment. Over 8 seconds to Dinyo. Baz takes the motor car line and well, Senpai only 102nd off. There we go, never mind. He's now defeated the penalty gap and well, he officially has first place in the bag now. They can just keep it together for the next 3 laps.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. The top 3 are pretty much set. Formal isn't actually, as if you're looking at fastest lap, doesn't have blisteringly fast top lap, considering some of the times on track right now, but it just shows how consistent he's racing to be able to be in third with that enormous gap between him and Dover as well. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he's really driven the nuts off that Red Bull there. After starting 15 after a very poor qualifying, Max has done he's just had an absolute magical race here.
I'm sure he'll be happy with that as well,
safety car.
I know he was...
Safety car.
I know Max was very worried about this race going into it. Spain's been a bit of a worry for a lot of the even more experienced drivers. There are some very, very slippery parts of this track.
Indeed, but yeah, I wasn't expecting the safety car to come out here, and well, that's actually horrid news for Senpai there. Absolutely horrid, as that will mean Dinyo will close the gap. So will Formal, so will Dover. Let's see the penalties for Dover here, as I've once again hit the wrong button. So penalties, Dover has a 6-second penalty. So yeah, if he keeps within 3 seconds, I think Senpai might even be knocked out the podiums here.
Well, the safety car lasts long enough, Formal may even lose.
Safety car in the snub. Very. Safety car just comes out for 1 lap. What the hell?
That's very quick. Might not be enough time for Dover to catch Formal and make the position he needs to do here. However, Dover has tilt right on top of him as well, though.
Yeah, but at the very least, those cars will still continue to close the gap up, but it won't be enough as I actually hit the wrong HUD button there. There we go. Should be fixed up. Safety car comes in here. Senpai now has to try and drive the absolute nuts of this car to try and regain that first place. Can he do it? Well, Dinyo already a second and a half behind as I believe that is I think that is Shoemaster there. we'll have to try and get that position back. No, that's actually, yeah, it is Shoemaster, sorry, because we actually have no issues there with getting that position back here. The Williams or Ringnor does have to take avoiding action. But yeah, very odd safety car comes out, and it results in a pretty quiet restarts the race. But with 11 and a half, Heidinho and Formal might just go 1 and 2 here, unless Senpai has an absolute miracle for drive here in the final few laps.
Baz damage on him as well, being down that 12th position. Unusual to see Baz back this far, but with a lap left, not much he can do about it now with the damage he's got by the looks of it. Still keeping pace, but he's going to secure himself a 12th here by the looks of it.
Might be able to catch a kangaroo, but Kangaroo has a so yeah, horrid stuff for Baz, but this has worked out well for the likes of Formal and Dover, who were just a bit behind in qualifying, but they've had some absolute miracle runs today. And well, as we enter the final lap, Senpai does have a 3 second advantage over Max, but he needs to try and send that out by number 3, as he looks like he will lose that, what was going to be a guaranteed first place on the road after that very, very odd safety car. Well, for Senpai, you just have to be feeling for him at the moment. That guaranteed race taken away from him very, very cruelly most of the times.
Yeah, Formal able to get back his DRS range here as well on Heidino. Bring him into contest as well. Dover a fair way behind that. Few players left on the field who are racing their own races right now. Darkly and Flying Finn as well. Down there.
That's another 3 seconds. Yeah, that pretty much guarantees Max going up to second place now. So we'll focus in on Senpai as he begins the final lap of his final section of this Grand Prix. But he's had this race taken away from here effectively. He has got another 12-second penalty, so maybe he might have still lost it on the road to Heidinho, but this will mean that he drops all the way back down the third. That safety car wasn't enough for Dover to sneak away a podium, but as he rounds the final corner, Sink Senpai will be first on the road, but your victor here at Catalunya will be Heidinho. He crosses the line for first, Formal for second. Senpai will end up with the bottom step of the podium after what should have been a guaranteed win. Dover and Tilt now wide out for 4th and 5th. Tilt might actually just nip 4th place here from Dover on those penalties. Winslow will drop down to 7 after, well, actually maybe even 8. Depends on how well Finn is flying at the moment, but Tilt cops another 5-second penalty, and that will actually guarantee Dover into 4th place as the cars continue to go through. Now Darkly just yeets himself into 5th place after all those penalties, so congratulations to him. It'll be the last car across the line. Well, that is the race done and dusted, Jackson. Well, fair few hard luck stories in there, but boy, Dinho and Dover and Formal as well. Huge stuff in there.
Yeah, absolutely massive race there. Some really consistent stuff out of Max Formal to get that second place as well. He is known as a fairly safe driver, and I suppose that's really come into its own in such a dangerous map.
Indeed, as champagne rings here, we might actually get a green room going here for some interviews this time around. So let me just actually, nah, my throat is starting to give out a fair bit here. So yeah, that was a interesting race to say at least, Gex, as we have one last look at the standings. Will be Heidinho the winner here, then followed by Formal. Sink, very unfortunate stuff to lose. Well, it's a guaranteed race win, and then Dover and Darkly being major beneficiaries of penalties here, grabbing 4th and 5th respectively.
Yeah, we may even see, with the number of incidents on this track, we may see some changes in points from some reassessed stuff in the long run of this one. I think is fairly likely that there will be at least a few warnings. It is a tough one though, and being such a dangerous track, you know, caution just had to be taken, and for the people who did make it through, it looks like they have been able to do so fairly well.
Indeed. So with that, we thank you all for watching the lead this time, or the F1 Formal League today. I just saw that smash as well because I'm honestly running on one screen. So thank you very much for the comments, and also thank you Gex for DMing me because I don't have a second screen at the moment because
No problem.
because my CPU apparently doesn't recognize my HDMI, so have to get a DP cable during the week.
If you're watching in chat, give a big hand to Chris. Run the whole weekend on his own as well.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, man.
Thank you very much, Gex. And well, next week hopefully we'll have Quirky back. Not sure if it'll stay on my channel, but I suppose we will fight to the death for it over the week. But anyways, Gex, thank you for joining me for the final few laps. Thank you.